Hey everybody, on this Friday afternoon, it's 10 after 1. So there's a little video here about that generator in the refrigerator. A lot of people ask about that. I don't know myself either, so I had to kind of look at it and find out. So I unplugged my refrigerator and I plugged it into the generator, and that's kind of what the video is about. It's not about the brand or anything on the generator, although I already did a video on this particular generator just a couple days ago, so if you want to go back and look at that, they're having a big Christmas sale, so you could get a pretty good deal on them. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of experiment with my refrigerator and see what was going on, and I thought it turned out pretty good. I think I could probably, I wouldn't hesitate to say I could run my refrigerator, I bet 7 or 8 hours easy, maybe even more. They don't turn on that often, actually run time. And I think in a power outage, maybe what I would do is, if I knew it was going to be a long time, maybe I would unplug the refrigerator, say for maybe 45 minutes, and then plug it in for 15, and then unplug it, and just kind of keep an eye on the temperature. If it didn't need to run, then I wouldn't plug it in. Maybe you could put a thermometer or something inside, and you could, of course you don't want to open the door all the time, but I don't know how you could do that. But anyway, I tried to clear it up a bit, which I know you're probably more confused now than you were before, but at any rate, it's nice to have, and it's nice to know that I like that emergency pass-through where you can plug it in, plug the generator into your outlet, and then plug it into something like your refrigerator, your freezer. And then when the power does go out, it just automatically takes over. So that's nice. At least it'd give you a head start. Now here in the wintertime, I would just take the food out. If I knew it was going to be a long time, I would take the food out and put it outside. I wouldn't even worry about it. It'd give me a good chance to defrost my refrigerator and freezer, I think. But if you're in a warm temperature, then you got to think different than we do up here. But anyway, like I said, I tried to give you, stick around and watch the video and see what you get out of it. Hopefully something. I know a lot of people have, like if you have insulin that you have to keep cold, maybe you could look into they make those coolers like truck drivers use, that they plug into your cigarette lighter, and they keep your food hot or cold, small coolers. Maybe you could look into one of those, and that would definitely run for a very long time on one of these. And they make them, they're like the size of a lunchbox, I think, and they stay either cold or hot. I forget what they're called. There's all kinds of them. Anyway, maybe you could look into something like that if you have to keep medicine cold and not depend on your big refrigerator. All right, well, watch the video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Don't be too hard on me, because I don't know much about them either, so. Okay. I wanted to try and show you my my refrigerator here running. I know it's a mess here. That's my old refrigerator. It's been here it was here when I bought the house 15 years ago, so I don't know how old that refrigerator is, but 3 or 4 years ago when I had my house insulated, they checked the refrigerator. It was a government weatherization program, and they checked my refrigerator for efficiency, and the guy said it was as good or better than the new ones. So I don't know how big it is or anything, but I have it plugged in. It's running right now, my refrigerator. I can hear it. The light doesn't work on the inside, but it's running. And it's taking 230 watts right now. And this says 3 hours that it would run at 230 watts, I guess. But don't forget, they don't run all the time, refrigerators. They shut off, and there's a period of time where they don't run. So I'll show you when it shuts down what the wattage is, and we'll have a look at that. So stick around. Well, we're just about 5 minutes later. I forgot to tell you, I think it was whatever that was, but it's at 96% now. Still drawing about 221 watts. We get the glasses on, about 221 watts. It's running. I can feel it. I can hear it. So we're going to wait until it kicks off and see what happens still. But I wanted to bring you back and just tell you that. And I have it plugged in. I have one of them things on here because my wall is only 2-prong. This is 3-prong. I could have took that off, but I didn't. So stick around. Still 220. 3 hours. So there, my refrigerator stopped running. It dropped down to 0. That's because I don't have any lights in my refrigerator. Otherwise, I suppose you'd be pulling power for the lights. But, so, it's still saying about, 3 hours. But that was when it was running 200 and some watts, 220 watts. So now it's not using anything. So it won't use any more power until it kicks on again. So, you're going to get way more than 3 hours. Maybe you'll get 6 or 8 hours, maybe even more. Because the refrigerator's not running. And of course the key in a power outage is try not to open your refrigerator any more than you have to. And maybe even it'd be a good idea to unscrew the light bulb. So you're not drawing wattage for that. But it's hard to tell how long you could run a refrigerator until you actually would do it. If you have kids, you're going to open and close it more and that kind of thing. So, but just to give you an idea, if mine ran steady, without ever shutting off, I'd get 3 hours out of it. So I'm thinking it only runs not even near that. It ran for 10 minutes there and then it shut off. Now I don't know how long it's going to be before it kicks back on again. But I'm willing to bet I'd get, at least 6-8 hours out of this. And this is a small solar generator. It's 2,000 watt, but it's 1,024 watt hours. So I think it does pretty good, I'm just going to let it sit and see how long it takes before it kicks back on again. I don't know. I'm not going to let the camera run because it might be, God only knows how long it might be. And mine was only taking 220 some watts to run, and I wonder, when that guy from the weatherization tested it, and he said it was better than the new ones. I was watching a guy on YouTube that said that most modern refrigerators take about 400 watts to run, so mine only took half of that. So is that why mine is better? I don't know. But you saw it, 220 some watts it took when it was running. So I don't know. We're going to maybe be back here in a minute. We'll see. Okay, well, I waited. It was 20 minutes, 25 minutes before my refrigerator kicked back on again. And it's pulling the same amount of watts there, about 220. This is all the same. It used a little bit of power, but that's because it uses power for the display too, so I know it's still confusing as mud, but if you consider, like I said, if it was running steady, it would run for 3 hours. But you're not running steady, so God, I can't tell you how long it's going to run, but I'm guessing you'd probably get 7 or 8 hours on this 1,024 watt hour generator. I guess it doesn't clear things up anymore, but maybe you have some idea what's going on here. This particular generator too has emergency pass-through system, which means that if you plug the generator into your wall outlet and then plug the refrigerator into the generator, it will automatically kick on the generator if your grid power goes down. So as long as you have grid power, it just passes through your generator and doesn't use any power. But when the power goes off, the generator kicks in. So that's a nice feature to look for. I don't think all of them have that, but this one does. You can see which one this is. And the watt hours are down here. This one is 1024. So it's not a real big one. But I don't know if that cleared things up a little bit. Probably not. I tried. And as always, don't forget, stay frosty.